Hey guys, what is up? Plastic Guy here, coming back with another figure review where today we're taking another look at this Hasbro Superposable Spider-Man 3 figure. Except this time I've customized it a bit. I made a video not too long ago where I went over my custom web trap Spider-Man figure, where I've just done the exact same that I did on that figure with this one, except I think I've done a bit of a better job with this one. And the reason I wanted to make this video is to really just show off this Hasbro Superposable, because a lot of these figures really badly suffer from the paint scuffing right off. The OG Toybiz superposable figures have definitely stood the test of time a lot better than these Hasbros, and I wouldn't be surprised if you have a Toybiz superposable figure that the paint is actually still really good on. However, I've got two of these Hasbro superposable Spider-Man, and both of them, the paint, there's just no silver webbing left on them at all. And I hummed and I hawed and I wasn't sure whether I was going to go down the custom route again. I keep on saying custom, it's really, I don't think I've done a good enough job or went far enough to call it a custom. But I've done what I've done and I'm really happy with the end result. I'll go over what I did one more time and just show off this figure, compare them next to some of the other Toybiz figures. And yeah, you can let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. While you're down there guys, if you do me a massive favour, hit that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. Let's not wait any longer, let's take a closer look at this Hasbro Superposable Spider-Man 3 figure that I ran some Sharpie over and then sealed it up. And yeah, let's take a closer look at him right now. So here is the Hasbro Superposable Spider-Man 3 figure that I have customized, and I'll try and throw up some before pictures here. I did make a video on this guy before where I compared him to one of the other Hasbro Spider-Man Superposable figures, so you can go check that video out if you want. I'll try and screen grab some pictures from there, and also that's on my Instagram. And yeah, here's what he looks like now, and I think he looks so much better. I definitely recommend doing this if you're not confident with paint, because that's ultimately why I've done this. I think if I was to get a paintbrush and some silver paint, it would be a complete mess, and this isn't even the best job as it is. This is just the best I can do, and I mean straight away you can see it kind of bleeds out in a lot of places, but for the most part I think I've done pretty well, and at the end of the day I'm really happy with it. As I said, you can let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, but as I was saying, these Hasbro figures lose their paint so fast and so easily, and I saw on Instagram, I'll shout him out here, he did a fantastic job customizing his, and when I saw that I thought I was going to have to give this a go, but do it in my own way that wasn't going to completely mess it up. This arm's really messy here. I do have a pretty shaky hand when I've been doing this, so for considering the shaky hand, it's not too bad. The head, oh, that head at the top there isn't too good, but right at the top's actually great, and then at the back, but we won't be looking at the back, so that's not too bad. But yeah, to jump into it, in fact I'll quickly just address, this hand isn't the original Superposable. When I picked this up on eBay for £5, that's how much I got this for, he was missing his hand, and I glued I don't think it was a web trap, it was some other Spider-Man figure, and I glued it on, and I think it looks pretty good. But yeah, so just to run over what I did on this guy, I got a silver Sharpie pen that I picked up on eBay, and I just went over all the lines with that silver Sharpie. And it was a bit difficult sometimes, it would bleed over because it's a bit thick at the end, but you kind of pick up the technique and you just run over the web lines. And then I got a black Sharpie, went over the spider logo that you can see here, and I went over the lines of the eyes as well. And it really just pops, it really just makes it look so much better, and I did that all over the figure. I left the blue, I really like the blue, left that as it is, and yeah, I didn't really do anything to the back apart from the silver web lines, and then I left it, sealed it up with a matte sealer that once again I just picked up on eBay, and I'll go and grab what I've used so you know specifically right now. So here is the silver Sharpie, as I said, picked it up on eBay, and yeah, I think it's just a generic silver Sharpie. I don't think there's anything special to it. And that's the tip there. So I would try and like go along the side. As I said, you kind of just need to figure out the technique and you get used to it. Went over all the web lines with that. And then the most generic Sharpie you can get, the classic black Sharpie, picked that. Well, I've got hundreds of these. And I just went over his eyes and the chest logo with this. And then when I'd done all the lines, double checked and everything, I got this sealer that I picked up on eBay, who knows when I did the web trap. And I just covered the figure in this, just a couple light coats, and that was it. And now he's like this. So that's all I've done, and I really think if I can do this and do a good job, I think this is a good job, and as I said, I'm really happy with it. Some folk might disagree. I definitely think you could do a lot better of a job if you're used to using wee paintbrushes and paint. It would definitely look a lot better, but as I said, this is just to show off what you can do if you're interested in revamping your Spider-Man and you're not too confident with using paints and things. Go down the Sharpie route and take your time, and it is pretty cheap to do. Those Sharpies are dead cheap on eBay. The sealer was about £10. Go for it. Definitely see what you can do to your old... I don't know, at Toybiz you do get some worn figures. These Hasbro ones, no doubt you've got sitting around and the paint is rubbed. Definitely go for it. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. I just want to shove some other Spider-Man figures next to them to just compare them. So here is the Hasbro Super Poseable next to one of my favourite Raimi Spider-Man figures. This is the Toybiz Web Trap. In good condition, apart from he's missing some fingers. So this is the one I use to just play around with and everything. I don't think I've taken any pictures on my Instagram maybe, but yeah, this is the one I use to compare on the channel and everything. I've got a couple more, the one that I've customized, and then another one that's not broken and in good condition. I customized the other one, which I'll grab in a second, just because he was completely worn, even worse than perhaps a Hasbro one, which kind of contradicts what I was saying. But yeah, you can just see that the silver Sharpie really stands out and pops. Even the black logo just pops that wee bit more than just leaving it as the original. Which, if you've got a figure that's in this condition, trust me, I would not mess around with it. I think this is a fairly good condition apart from the fingers. The webbing and everything looks good. I wouldn't bother, but that's just me. But that's what it can look like if you do customize it. And with that being said, I'll grab the custom web trap. So here is the same figure that we just looked at, except I went over this with the Sharpie and everything. Definitely think I've done a better job on this one. This was a very old figure that I picked up for dirt cheap on eBay. I did a full video on it, so feel free to go and check it out. But he was missing all of his paint, and yeah, I decided to pick him up cheap and do a wee Sharpie job on him, and he looks good. I'm really happy with this, especially because he looked terrible beforehand, so I don't think I could have made it any worse anyway. But yeah, as I said, really like the way the Super Posables turned out, and this is what it can look like on a web trap if you go for the same technique, although I'm sure you'll do a lot better than me. And he's falling over. And here is a Toybiz Super Posable Spider-Man that is the exact same sculpt. Personally, I think the plastic is a wee bit better quality, and the paint definitely lasts a lot longer. And I've definitely seen more Toybiz figures with consistently good paintwork over a Hasbro Super Posables. If you see a Hasbro Super Posable, it's not surprising that the silver paint's gone. However, Toybiz, a lot of the time the paint's still intact, and this is definitely in good condition. And it's funny because it is a lot older than the Hasbro ones as well. But yeah, I wouldn't really be messing around with this one. I think it looks pretty good. There's some paint missing in the head, but for the most part it looks great. And yeah, definitely wouldn't really mess around with the Toybiz if it's in good condition, but I have to say the Hasbro does look really good, especially next to the OG, now that he's had the Sharpie touch up on him. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. So there we have it. That's really all I wanted to show off with this figure. I do believe I've shown off the articulation on these Super Posable Spider-Mans many times, so feel free to hop on over to the channel page and check out a Super Posable Spider-Man video. But I'm not really wanting to play around with this guy too much because I definitely don't want the webbing to fade again. I do have my Spider-Man figures that I like to pose around, and then the ones that I like to keep in good condition. I don't think the webbing and everything will fade off that easily because I have used a sealer, but this is definitely more a display Ray piece now, and I've took a lot of pictures from Instagram, and I will continue to do so. However, yeah, I'm not just gonna mess around with them for the sake of it and risk ruining the decent condition I've got them in so far. Once again, I'm really happy with this. Personally, I think I've done a good job, and I really like the way he looks. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Let me know if you have any tips for customizing, because this is really maybe only the second or third figure I've ever tried to customize. And in the grand scheme of things, I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to customizing, and this video really is for the people who are like me, who don't know what they're doing and want a cheap, simple way to customize. If you do know what you're doing, lay some tips down for me and the others down in the comments. What would you do differently, and where is a good starting point? Because I definitely wouldn't want to ruin a good Raimi figure when I'm beginning to start out. So yeah, let us know the tips down below. I'll leave the link to my Instagram down in the description below, so feel free to check that out. Feel free to hop on over to the channel page and check out any of my other videos. But with all that being said, thank you so much guys for watching this video, and as always, I'll catch yous on the flip flop later. Cheers.